Hello, Fantasy Basketball Nation. Alex here to bring you my opinion on how the Detroit Pistons drafted this year. Alright, now if you thought I was harsh on the Kings or the 76ers, you will be in for a shock. Because this draft was terrible compared to those two. I don't even know where to start. And I'm going to try my best to, but here we go, and you'll know why I gave them a D after this explanation. So, for their first pick, they selected 8th overall. They chose Stanley Johnson. Now, I actually said that they should have picked Johnson before the draft. I said that was the player that they were going to pick. However, that was assuming Justice Winslow was off the board and gone. That was assuming that he was taken by a team like the Kings. But he wasn't. He was right up there at number 8. When this pick came up, in my mind, I just said, wow, the Pistons are so lucky to get Justice Winslow at number 8. What a steal. That's what I thought. But no, they decided to take Stanley Johnson. I don't understand. I mean, Stanley Johnson is better than Winslow in a few minor categories. But what does he really bring to the table that Winslow doesn't? Winslow has so much more potential. Winslow is the superior player. I would pick him 10 out of 10 times. Now, let alone the fact that he really proved that he was clutch during March Madness. Wow, my jaw just dropped when I heard that. All right, on to their second round pick, which truly wasn't any better. And this, oh my, was Darren Hilliard. They selected him 38th overall. Now, this pick would have been okay for the very end of round 2, around 60th overall. But this was 38th. The options that they had instead of him, there were so many. And there are so many other players that were better, that were available. Oh, now I'm shortening my list here. I'm shortening this. And there are still so many names I'm about to rattle off that would have been better decisions to take. All right, here we go. Pat Connaughton, Joseph Young, Andrew Harrison, Aaron Harrison, Norman Powell, Dakari Johnson, Aaron White. And I know they may not need big men with Johnson or White, but Greg Monroe, I do predict, is going to leave. So they will have a hole there, so they'll need another big man. Anyway, moving on. Tyler Harvey, Brandon Dawson, J.P. Tokoto, Taron Petaway, Mohamed Jaite. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a center from France. Christian Wood, Robert Upshaw, Michael Frazier, and Cliff Alexander. That is a lot of players. It's laughable. And it's not me trying to create a list. I truly believe in my heart that they all would have been better options. The Pistons generally know how to draft, especially when you're thinking about players like Andre Drummond. They made great drafting decisions in cases like that. I don't know what went through their heads this year. I don't know what they were thinking. It's a mystery to me because this was arguably the worst draft this year. This was arguably the team with the worst draft. I mean, who knew you could go so wrong with just 2 picks, one of them being a top 10 pick. Oh, wow. I'm just repeating myself about how awful this draft is now, but I think that's it. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, if you followed the Instagram link to get here, thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much for going that extra mile. If you just found me on YouTube, please check out my Instagram account, which was created way before this account. And it's called @FantasyBasketballAdvice. And alright, that's it. If you have the time, you aren't in a rush to finish this, and you enjoyed the video, please like or subscribe. If you have any thoughts about just generally what I thought about the Pistons, comment them below. I really appreciate hearing what you have to say. Alright, thank you so much. This was Fantasy Basketball Advice.